Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video, and in today's video I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to win more solo games here in Season 10. I'm going to be talking about everything you guys need to know in order to win a lot more games here in Season 10 for solo, so definitely stay to the end of the video because I have a ton of really good tips in this video. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and as well subscribe to my second channel. The link for that will be in the description or the pinned comment. Turn on my post notifications and as well comment down below your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, if you guys would like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go over to the item shop, go down to support a creator, type in my code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. I really do appreciate all you guys who do add me. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I wanted to be talking about how you guys can win a lot more solo games very easily. And so, in my personal opinion, when it comes to solos here, specifically for Season 10, I honestly think it's probably one of the easiest seasons, or at least, I wouldn't say the easiest season because there is mechs in the game, but I would definitely say it's the easiest game mode to win, especially here for Season 10, when I compare squads and duos, just for the main reason being the mechs in the game. And solos, it is so much easier to destroy it, take it out, and I don't ever, or very rarely ever have problems with it in a solo game. But in a duos or squad, it's a lot different, because in the mech, when you have two people controlling it, you have one guy and jumping around in it, and then you have another player who's going to be using the missiles and also using the turret or whatever it's called on the right side. So you have that to worry about. But in solos, it's super easy. Only one person's going to be in it at a time. So all you have to do is basically run over to it. As you guys saw just a minute ago, I jumped in it, blew it up, and that's that. Super fast, super easy. So when it comes to solos, it is just extremely easy to destroy the robot time and time again. All you have to do, as long as you can get over to it, it's super easy. Jump into it and you can just self-destruct it, and that's that, and it'll be completely done for. So in solos, you never really have that problem. So that's why I personally think solos is going to be the go-to game mode and just the easiest game mode to win, because in duos and squads, killing it is just super tedious, super annoying, especially when you're in a gunfight and maybe you're getting third-partied by it. It's just a real pain to deal with, because you have people you have to fight, and then you have people and the mechs jumping around, shooting missiles at you, which honestly the only thing that's overpowered with it. Maybe the HP is kind of annoying, but the missiles is what does the most damage, and that's just the one thing you have to worry about when you are fighting against it. But in solos, like I said, super easy to destroy. And if someone does want to shoot with the missiles, what they have to do is they have to switch seats, which makes it super easy. So if you guys ever wanted to use it in solos and be effective, basically you want to use the missiles, and then if someone tries to run over to you, you want to switch seats very quickly, and then you want to jump into a different direction. So you want to jump to your left, jump to your right. You basically want to get away from the other player so they can't just jump in it and self-destruct it, and then you want to try to shoot missiles again. But like I said, most people really don't do that, so it's super easy to go and fight against, and that's why I think solos is going to be the go-to game mode, and that's why I personally recommend playing if you want to go for a lot of wins here in Season 10. Just definitely play a lot of solos. It's probably going to be your best bet. So when it comes to solos, and specifically solos, one thing that I've really noticed a ton, and in duos and squads, what happen is a lot of people, they group up together, obviously, because it's in duos, there's going to be two people together. So you're not going to have one dude in a gunfight just run away from the gunfight where the other person fights. Usually they're going to push together, and if you get a knock, the other player is going to try to go for a play and going to try to fight you so they can try to get that res on the other player. But one thing that I noticed in solos is that every single player I run into, or I would say not every single player, but I would say at least 50% of the players I run into are absolute pussies. And it's just one of those things you have to deal with in solos, just because you don't have other teammates to rely on you. So what happens is, and I've seen this a lot, this is just an absolute pussy play. I'm just sitting here in a gunfight, challenging the player in front of me. I'm in a build fight, and then I have a guy from like 100 yards out, 150 yards out, trying to take shots at me, or not even that far, maybe a little bit closer, maybe like 75 yards, you know, just like a decent distance. They're just sitting there shooting at me. And the second I kill the player on me, I finish that gunfight. I turn around and, you know, I'm trying to challenge the guy who was shooting at me for the past like 2 minutes. And the second I run over there and start turning around, it's not even after I get over there. It's like on my way over there, they pull their impulse grenades and they immediately run away, throw down like 10 launch pads. And they're just completely out of the scene. I mean, they go from Salty all the way to Pleasant Park within within like 5 or 10 seconds. Just real quick, throw a couple launch pads down. And it's just something that I have to deal with. And I can't be the only one. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys deal with that as well in solos. And it's just one of the things you have to deal with in solos because there's no other teammate. So if they run away, they don't have to worry about, you know, ditching a teammate or nothing like that. So they can just freely run away and go hide in their safe spaces. And it's just one of those things you have to deal with pretty much every single game on a game to game basis. You're just gonna have players that are gonna be constantly running away, playing like complete pussies. I mean, you're gonna shoot at me and then run away. But really, the best way to play against it, you really do have two options. You can either try to chase them, or to say, you know, screw it, I'm gonna go challenge another gunfight and then fight that player later. But a lot of times you can follow the player. It's just one of those things that's super tedious because you have to just, you know, jump on the launch pad, follow them, and maybe if they use impulse grenades, so you're a little bit behind them, throw it on your launch pad to go chase them, and it's just a constant, you know, waste of launch pads, constant waste of materials, just to try to run over the player. And that doesn't even guarantee that you get the kill, because you never know if they run to the middle of Loot Lake, use the rift. I mean, you're constantly chasing, and it just takes way too much time. And sometimes you really are better off, especially for those of you guys who like to go for those higher kill games. You're just so much better off just leaving that player alone and then trying to go challenge another team. You'll probably end up getting more kills than, you know, having to chase a guy around for like 3 or 4 minutes just to finally get the one kill, and then you're on the complete wrong side of the map. You have a really bad rotation. So sometimes it is better for you to just not worry about that player, but it is super annoying to deal with because a lot of times they want to go for shots on you, and the second you want to challenge them, they just immediately run away and then want absolutely nothing to deal with you. And it's just one of those things that happens on a game-to-game basis. So you do have to be aware of that. Usually happens mainly in solos and duos. Most people, you don't have, you know, 2 people running away. It's just one of those things that happens a ton in solos. And so when you are playing solos, you do have to consider it a lot when you are going into each and every gunfight. So in the last 2 gunfights I go into in this game, I played a really good job on fighting 2 players who, at the start of the fight, they had high ground, and I played it very, very well. And this is something that I think specifically in solos is really important, because in solos, and I feel like this happens a lot in the end game, a lot more people are going to be boxed up. Because in duos and squads, I feel like people feel a little bit, you know, a little bit safer with their teammates. So they run around in groups a lot more. They're not playing as slow. Sometimes you have teams that are just complete pussies and like they sit in bases the whole game. But usually in solos, people play like that. They sit in bases. And the last 2 people did. One dude was in this metal base, and there's going to be another guy on some crazy high ground on the far side of the map. But as you can see, I'm running over. This player has no idea where I'm at. So I'm going to be rushing over, waiting for a play. And so one thing, I don't know why this guy jumps out of his base, but he ended up jumping out, which is a mistake by him. Started running over. I get quite a bit of shots on this guy. And as I'm running up, I decided to just go for, just to shoot him out. Because a lot of times when someone else is rushing for high ground, if you're far enough away, you can actually just shoot them out. And it's a lot better. Because if you're close to the other player, they can easily connect their builds. So it's going to be so much harder to actually shoot them out. But if they're a good distance like there, and I had a minigun, I could easily shoot this guy out and keep high ground that way. Because if I would have tried to build against him, I think he was already a little bit more above me, so it would have been a little bit more difficult. So going into the last fight, the other player was just on the ultimate high ground over there, and this guy was just posted up. And usually when it comes to situations like this, it usually always is better to be safe than sorry. Always use a little bit more materials, really trying to protect all of your sides so that you don't end up losing. Because I've had so many times where I've got a little bit careless, or I was trying to save mats, but I had a ton of mats anyway. It really didn't matter. Because going into the last fight, as long as I have like 500 or 600 mats, I should be good. As long as like not like a super try hard player. So a lot of times 500 or 600 mats is good enough, and I should use a lot more mats getting over there, because I've had so many games where I end up losing it just because I was running over. The guy was literally like as far as right here. He was like 150 meters away, pulls out the sniper, and then knocks me from like 200 meters away. Something crazy like that. It happens more times than not, so it's a lot of times, even in gunfights, it could be in duos or in squads. Sometimes it always is better to be safe than sorry when it comes to your material count. And with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.